Greetings, Commanders! Today we're testing the Dawn Hall. We want to find out, is it better to use the Apoc for PvP, or is it better to use the new Dawn Hall? So simple enough. We're going to attack a monster with the same gear with the Apocalypse Hall, then we're going to compare it with the Dawn Hall. Now, I will say that the Dawn Hall has that Penetrator stat, so we're not going to be able to see the true value of that against a PvP monster, or a PvE monster, but we're going to see the raw damage and we can kind of assume what the penetration might do. My guess is that this Dawn Hall is going to outperform the Apoc without getting the benefit of the penetration skills, so that's what we're going to do today. But first, we have to get our Dawn to level 20. And it does change every 5 levels, so right now we're at level 10, at level 15, level 20, you get new sprites and cinematics. So let's cue the music and let's finish these upgrades. 3% crit, 5% crit damage, 3% accuracy, 2% attack, and then 1% strength and weaken per level. Not great, but good crit damage. Really good crit damage. So here we go to 14, and here comes 15. See, I got a little more diamonds coming out of the side here. So there I am at 15. Let's take a look at the world map here. Thanks Josh Star and Jason Sauce for comparing. So they're already level 20. You can see mine. It's just a little bit smaller still. I got a couple diamonds on the side there. And it looks like Jason, or Josh Star, is not at 20 yet. He might just be at 15 as well. Looks like it. Alright, so let's go all the way up. If anyone was wondering how much Melange to go from level 1 to level 20, it's 8.49 million. I did that in a video a while back. 8.49 million to go from level 1 to level 20. The same price with all hulls. I am just going to be a little bit short here. Let's buy that. Damn, tax got me. That should be enough. We'll finish off level 20, and then we'll go attack that monster, and we'll see what we get. Music's a little too epic. Alright, so here it is, level 20, 3, 2, 1. Are you serious? I'm just gonna pay the gold. Alright, there's level 20. Okay, now let's see. There it is, boom. It gets a little bit bigger, and the diamonds are much more protruding. So it's actually one of the cooler looking halls. It really does push out quite a ways. So let's go attack a level 20 monster, and while that happens, I'm going to show you what we've already tested with the Apoc, and then we'll wait for the damage results to come back with that. So let's do that. No, not that one. Right there. Aha. Okay, so I'm going to end up losing more troops than I need to, but that's alright. We are using Soda Man for the test. That's because he doesn't trigger any skills when he's using infantry. And he's using a crit weapon to make sure he crits on every attack, because we're going to assume in PvP that we always crit, because we're going to have full gear and full research and all that, so our attack should always crit. Remember that the Dawn is also only affecting crit damage and 58% attack, while the Apoc is doing, there we go, 87% attack, and that's it. So the raw attack on Dawn is almost as good as Apoc, but also that crit damage is huge. So the penetration also, and the crit also. So Apoc all around is a more balanced haul for resistance, weaken, HP, defense, but the Dawn brings in crit damage, and then a little bit of accuracy and attack. Same accuracy, but that, and a little bit of strength and weaken. But all around, I say the Apoc is more balanced, because that 87% resistance weaken kind of forces your opponent to have really good strength and weaken gear. But damage is always king in this meta, right? One slot bust, low risk meta, Dawn is always going to have a place. So while that attack is still going on, I'm going to show you the first attack when I was just using the Apoc. And what we're looking for is a tier 10, 1 troop damage versus the front row of the monster. And if I wrote it down right, it's 177,000 and 184,000, roughly 180,000 per crit, or per hit, because every hit should be a crit. So 180k, there's a low one, 177. Come on. And 176, 2 low ones. And then follows up by a third one, which would be 184. And that averages about to about 180,000. 180,000, okay. But we're picking up 30, or losing 30% attack, but picking up 150% crit damage. I'm expecting like a 30%, 20 to 30% damage increase. I remember I'm not using full gear, I'm not using full attack gear, because I just kind of want to see it a little more in its raw form. As you get more and more gear, the stats on the hull affect less and less. But you know, that's for another time to get into like the super late game. I'm not at the super late game. I'm far into the end game. But anyway, let's see what we get on these tests. Don't kill my troops. Okay. All right, we're looking for 180,000 or more. Boom! 257, boys. 257. That's a big increase. That's really big. 262, even more. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that's big. 283. Goodness. All right, so that gives us an average of 260 to 280. We'll call it 270, 270,000 versus 180,000. So what is that? 90,000. That's 30%. Wow, that's straight 30. No, that's 50%. Holy Jesus. Holy Jesus. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Oh, wow, I wasn't expecting that. When you factor that in with the Magwell chest and another crit helmet on the head, another bonus crit damage here and crit damage on the pants, you shouldn't see such a dramatic increase from Apoc to Dawn Hall, because by doing this, I'm adding, let's say I'm adding raw 400% damage. Well, when you factor in what the Apoc was adding, that extra 30% attack we get from the Apoc compared to the 400% we already had isn't as significant if we had 0 attack to start and just added 30%. So keep that in mind. But just I want you to kind of throw this out there for all you super late game players. If you know you're not going into a strengthened weakened fight, and you have tier 12 especially, the Dawn Hall is always going to be the better choice. I think moving forward for pretty much everyone, without even including armor penetration, the Dawn Hall is going to be the new de facto PvP Hall. Now, which isn't surprising. We said that when it first came out. That was something we all expected. But what was really alarming was that the Wild Rose video I did, the new weapon that has that penetration on it, was not very good. It wasn't better than Raw Titans. So Raw Titans and the Dawn Hall are much better than the 2 Wild Rose weapons and the Dawn Hall. So keep that in mind. So this is a new era for the new best in slot offense hall. It's definitely Dawn. Is it always going to be Dawn? Is there a situation where Apoc is better? I honestly don't know. I think at this point, unless you know you need the resistance weakened from the Apoc Hall, it's probably going to be better to run the Dawn Hall. Because, yeah, it doesn't have defense, dodge, and HP, but 58% HP, 58% defense, 87% dodge is not a big deal. Most of you dwarf mains out there are running 600% dodge on your Vegas anyway, and then your Tyrant armor is going to have 200 or 300% defense. What's 58% compared to just that one piece of gear, let alone all the gems and all the research and all the other stuff? I'm thinking Dawn is going to be the way to go. That raw 145% crit damage is huge. And in this test, 50%. Now, I know this isn't a lot of information, but I was kind of wanting this to be a short video. And I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah. And if there's any information I missed, please put it in the comments below. If you like this video and you like this format, put it in the comments below. Put a like on the video. And if you haven't already, there's 37% of you that aren't subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you want to watch new videos when they come out. Hit the bell icon. We're about to hit that 5,000 subscriber mark, and I want you to be along for that. It's been a great journey, and thanks for watching. My name is Melt. We'll see you on the next one.